We jumping in?
We're jumping in. Both feet.
Here we go.
Here we are. Back. Casino Guitars. We're back. Me and Sean.
We're back.
Sloppy slide talk.
It's your old pals.
It's the only way we know how to do it.
The Twink and the Bear.
Oh, God.
We're back.
You jumped right into it.
I did. Yep. Sloppy slide talk, dude.
That's what we're doing.
Johnny has
I have quite the collection.
a plethora, if you will, of slidage.
It's not that many when you think about it.
Yeah.
But, you know.
I mean, it really is. If you consider, let's talk about effects, right? If you got a lot of pedals.
I probably got more pedals than slides. This represents every time I thought, God, I suck at slide, and the right new slide would fix it.
Shift gears.
God, I just don't have the right slide.
But to this point, though, all of these slides are fairly different from one another. There's a few that are pretty much the same thing.
Like
twice.
these 3 glass rock slides.
Yeah, but
They're all exactly the same.
What if you broke one? You know, I get it.
We'll talk through why I have them all if you want to.
I like
because
that.
I think that makes sense. Because I do think there's something to, like, when you're trying to learn to play slide, there's this thought process that, like, if I just got my slide sucks. If I just got the right weight of glass, or if I just had a ceramic slide, or if I just had, like, this new thing.
I do think there's something about starting slide in the moment that I know, at least for me, I had in my head the idea that a brass slide is the way. Like, glass is cool. I tried glass, and I was like,
why did you have that in your head, though?
Because I think I had played with the glass slide before, and whenever I did it, I was like, oh, this sounds terrible.
Right.
And then I saw somebody using a brass slide, and it sounded great. And then in my head, I went, well, brass is better than glass.
Well, of course.
It's metal.
What losers would use glass?
Well, that's how my brain worked. So then I ended up running down that. And then ceramic was a place where I was like, oh, I saw you using a ceramic slide, and I was like, well, that sounds really good,
When I found ceramic, I was like, ooh, this is cool. But I mean, like, how much, for me, I don't know, like, I started messing with it at a time where, you know, I wasn't as, like, immersed in the internet like years and years and years ago, because it just didn't exist in the same way.
Yeah.
Where you knew everything about, you know, like,
you had to go to the store or read a magazine.
Like, or what is, So yeah, if I'd read something in a magazine, or I'd see some clip, and I'd be like, oh yeah, a brass slide, or, like, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know that it was as influenced by some of the guys that I love playing slide, other than I think I already associated Dwayne Allman with, like, the glass bottle. You know, in one of these, this one, nope, just kidding, it's this one.
That one's the real one,
Is
right?
the actual Coors Seeding bottle.
Yes.
Like Dwayne likes, you know what I mean? But that's cool. But I think it was just kind of like whatever you got your hands on. I tried the socket thing for a while. I didn't understand for a while that, like, the weight makes a big difference in how your guitar is set up. Like, if you want a heavy, crazy slide, obviously you can't be quite as nimble unless you got crazy heavy strings and your action up a little bit. It makes it a lot easier, because if you're having to push down on that slide and you're smacking your frets.
Oh, yeah. Well, the worst, and that's something with slide in general that's really hard for me, is whenever you have that really awful, like...
and that's the aerial posing.
That right there. And sometimes you want that, like, squawky, like, crunchy, like, but I find I only want that whenever I got, like, a crazy fuzz pedal on and I'm digging in and I'm like, you know.
Gain makes a lot of difference, right? Compression makes a lot of difference, but it's just so easy to make a bad sound.
Oh, totally.
It's like learning to play violin or something.
110%.
I'm sure the violin players will roll their eyes.
We talked about...
This is nothing like that. But you know.
Talked about the beer bottle slide trick in a live stream recently, and...
I saw you doing it the other night. There's a video.
He saw me absolutely being god-awful at it, because I was trying to get the amount of beer right in the bottle, and then I did something, and it was bad. It was bad.
It can go poorly. You gotta have a lot of confidence. You just gotta go for it.
It went poorly. It was very poor.
It can go poor. Yeah.
We were homeless that night. That's how poor it was. It's bad. But
going for broke.
That to simply come back and say, I think this is a good segue into everyday drivers, right? And we're gonna get more into each one of these slides, but mine is, unfortunately, to the chagrin of the man himself, AP, dude, aerial posing. Great slide player. Incredible. I think one of the best. That's who has influenced me on
He's
slide.
a killer slide. I mean, he's an awesome slide player.
Phenomenal. I got to make sure that he knows, though, if you're in the know, you know. But anyways, I dig this. I've been using this one. I don't know why. I've kept it in my pocket. We got it together at NAMM.
It fits, right? Like,
it fits.
Part of it is find one that like fits and just you like the sound of it.
It's fun. I can put it on my third finger, which I like a lot. He puts it on his pinky because he's got those gnarly ass.
You got those slinky long fingers. Long slinky fingers.
Hide your wives.
The first slide that I ever got that I felt like I could play slide on.
And that's plexi, right?
Feel it, yeah. It's probably
so
acrylic.
Weird.
It's a V slide, and I think I liked it back then because I didn't know, like, I wasn't jacking up my action. I wasn't playing in I know it's huge, but you just got to bend your finger a little bit. It is very forgiving. That's a very forgiving slide.
I'm gonna turn it up, and I'm just gonna give him a big E on it, so they can kind of hear that.
Like, there's not much singingness to it.
You're right, though. It is very forgiving because, like, using that,
so light,
using brass or like something that's heavier.
Yeah.
The weight on the strings is very like
detrimental.
This, I feel like it is gliding.
Do you feel like, and this is really isn't a slide lesson, but we're gonna throw in tips. I feel like sometimes if I got a heavy slide, like when you're playing slide, right? Like you're going to this is probably the heaviest slide that I've got. This is the Rich Robinson, like the little, Black Crow. You can't see it probably because it's worn off the little RR and the little feather.
That's dope.
It's a cool slide. It's heavy, right? Like if I'm gonna play a slide that heavy, especially on something that's not like 13s or something crazy, the finger behind that's muting, is also like kind of keeping that. It's my anchor, like leverage, to keep it,
See, so to me, brass slides sing better like that.
They got the rock and roll sound. Like to me, that is the sound of the Black Crows. Like Rich Robinson does that thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh.
To where this is not, I don't feel like this is going to give you the sustain necessarily. Like it probably could because you're working at it.
If you do it, I think the only way to get sustain is the way you get sustain out of the guitar without much sustain is you add gain.
And you sit there,
like delay or reverb
you let
or something.
It scream.
And you just let me see that one. I hadn't used it in so long.
Give that a shot.
It lets you do like the faster things.
Well, but it was so pristine, notey clean, right?
It doesn't have the grind.
There's no dirt to it. There's no filth. There's no.
But you know what? The greatest thing about it.
Oh my God! What? Oh, it's fine.
It's fine.
I will say,
like if you do that with this.
and I think this is something we can add in here. If you are starting out, this would probably be, like feeling that. I'm like, oh man.
I feel like it's almost like a trainer slide.
Yeah, it is.
I used that live in Nashville so much because I found it and I was like, oh, because I was using the V picks and then, it just worked really well because I wasn't playing a ton of slide. There were a few intros and things where like slide was like the intro to Boot Scoot and Boogie. Which don't judge me too harshly, but it's actually a great intro. But that was like, I didn't have to worry about setting my guitar up at all.
And funny enough, what it makes me do right away is I'm using these two fingers to balance it,
That's right?
So I'm automatically muting behind. So we haven't necessarily went out as forward to say this, but whenever you're starting to play slide, this was a tip Johnny gave me. He said, the best thing you can do when you're starting off is get used to dragging these two fingers behind and then muting with your right hand. Yes. Lightly. You don't want to press down. You just want to get, because silence is silence, right? So if I can mute more, then whatever I'm playing is controlled.
And then when you let go of them, you get that gnarly, like all the overtones, and it's like rock and roll kind of. Exactly. And I like that. Now listen, all the good slide players play with their fingers on their right hand because they're muting. I, however, not a great slide player. I still hybrid pick, but I'm used to having my palm down so that I am kind of muting everything. You know what I mean? Sometimes I can tell when I'm letting the string ring out that if I was using my finger, I probably should just go work on it and just use my fingers. But I'm just so ingrained in the way I've been doing it.
Both.
That's
what's cool though, is like it gives you your own tone to it.
It does. It for sure does.
Yeah. But this is a great beginner slide.
Man, that's a V pick. I don't even know if they still sell them, man. I'm sure you can find them somewhere.
That is just feeling that. I'm like, man, there's a lot of control there. And the notes are very clean, so you're hearing the intonation right away.
Right.
That's cool.
I've had this one forever, too. This is the Billy Gibbons, like the blues bottle with the little wolf, like the Reverend Willie or whatever. He's got the whole things of strings and like, I guess Dunlop makes these. But anyways, like this one is such a light glass.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing. Like you don't get much sustain. But I don't know, it sounds like, and I'm guessing it's so light because he uses such light strings.
That's really cool, though. I mean, it's like if you want the Quarter-Seaton bottle, but you want it to be...
Here's the regular Dunlop blues bottle, like what Derek Truck... I mean, his has got his name on it, but that's the same thing. That's like the blues bottle. How much heavier is the actual blues bottle? I feel like it's thicker walled glass. So you get a little more sustain, but
there's more weight
it's
to
not as forgiving,
it. It also, the bottom of the slide is bowled out into my finger to where this one is flat, or at least dipping in the other way.
I feel like Billy Gibbons has got fingers like you, like those long, skinny fingers.
Yeah, I mean...
So like if I'm playing this one... they're super similar. There are little differences.
But I do feel like this is more of the... Like, if I were going to pick one up, it would be this one. And it may just be because it's red, honestly. That's a dumb thing. I know it is kind of cool.
And then here's the real one.
The real Quarter-Seaton.
Which sometimes I don't love, if I'm being honest. And you got to worry about the seam. There's a seam in it, but...
Seems to me like control with this one is a lot harder to get into.
I mean, these are totally flat because obviously they're made to be slides. That's not. I'm sure if I played that all the time, I'm sure I would get used to it. But
yeah. Let's see. I've never played one of these before. Let's try. I'm not like God's gift to slide playing, but I do feel like for the gnarly big, like, you did bluesy kind of ripping stuff.
I don't know what's true with all these things that you read about stuff, but I've read things where they say like those old glass bottles had more lead content, and that changed the tone. But I don't know.
I mean,
there's something different about it.
Might kill you faster.
Well, I would hope so.
If you eat it.
Who wants to live forever?
That is cool,
Cue
though.
the Queen song.
To me, this is like a collector's slide thing.
I just keep it.
That's cool.
Yeah, one of my students literally gave that.
You want to give it the throw test?
Now, for the longest time, I was into glass, which the only reason I got out of glass was because I would break them. And honestly, there's another glass that we'll talk about, but I use these rock slide glass ones. Those are the old school ones. But you see how pitted they get?
Yeah, this is like 8 up.
This is a new one. This is the last one I bought glass, and it's a different shape. Like you can tell that rock slide kind of changed what they're doing. But they actually sound great. And they're easy to control because they got the thing on the inside.
So you're angling to the slide there. Let me ask you about that. What is how do you work with that? What is the point of the anchoring in? Is that because as I'm just in here messing with it,
you know how like on this one you had to like curve your finger in there to kind of control
hold it? Yeah.
Like these you don't, like there it is in there. So then that cut, right, lets you turn your finger this way. So it's the same, your finger's in the same spot, but you feel like and I've seen guys on the blues bottles and like the bigger slides put like not toilet paper, but paper towels in there and foam and all kind of junk to kind of like hold their finger. But I mean, it's much nicer just to have a slide like this that
is actually
kind of molded a bit to your
it's kind of
finger,
working with you, not against you.
Now I used to take those when I'd wear out the front part because they get pitted and they don't sound as smooth, and I can actually show you the differences in the sound. Like here's one that's all
this one feels fairly clean.
This one's a little pitted up on that side, like like that feels rough to me, but I'd turn it around without the thing and then get the smooth side. But I mean, it's not that big a deal. No. But I do like the rock slide vibe on the glass, like the way they kind of mold to your hand.
Now, not to make a dumb joke out of this, but the other side of it that is not pitted does sound glassier to me.
It does.
Like it has more of a smoother sheen to it.
Well, here's a rock slide that is aged nickel. And it looks kind of cool, but the fact that it's got that brass, like the wear, which is not brass, it's nickel, like gives it a raspier. That's kind of more.
Yeah.
And this is definitely. Not like I'm playing through, by the way, a Benson Monarch. Just turned up, no pedals or anything. And like that gives it the raspier, because I kind of wanted you to be able to hear if you got too much gain,
just slide tone.
Like it gives it that dirtier.
Well, and that is what drew me, and it's cool to go into like the brass and the metals.
All the brass are kind of like, this was that Rich Robinson one. Yours is brass. This is just one of the Dunlop, like the flared brass.
Yes.
I can never figure out which way it's supposed to be on there, but
when I've thrown.
Pretty cool.
To me, what's cool about brass, and you got me hip to this whenever I got this one, was the wear and tear that you get on it by leaving it in your pocket with like your keys and change and stuff like that. Is like it definitely, because it was glassier sounding, and then as it got that wear on it, it did get like raspy.
You want the rougher sound.
Yes, and it's almost.
If you don't.
Yes,
but,
the rust thing, like you're saying too, it would be like if you weather it, and you get some actual like oxidization on it. It's going to change some things up, which I think is really cool. It's made me appreciate playing slide more and more.
Now if you want a totally different thing from brass or glass, ceramic. Now, this is a company called Rocky Mountain Slide, and they were the first ones that I really got into. This is actually Rock Slide's ceramic. It's got the same little cut for your finger and the same little thing on the inside. But that's the old school Joe Perry, the bone slide, or whatever they called it. All ceramic, right? I've had the mud slides, all that kind of stuff, and it just sounds different, man. Sean was with me when I dropped my favorite one. I was about to play at the Rhyme in Nashville, and we went to jam with my buddy Keenan, and I literally dropped it. Just fell over on his table, just like this, and like rolled, and it was like a movie, and went bam, and just split down the middle.
It was like slow motion for a minute when that happened. Like we all saw it, and we all were like, no, and then whoop.
And I was only playing slide on like 2 songs of Robbie's set. But still, the guy was playing with it. But I was like, man. But anyways, now this one is weird because the guy makes it in my hand, and you can kind of see that it bends a certain way. So I like this one and how thick it is, but it's not as precise. And then like you kind of have to put that to the radius of the guitar.
Yeah.
But
Which could be good or it could be
or
bad.
it could be bad, but it sounds. Or like if you're thinking about. Different sound, you know?
To me, ceramic bridges the gap
Kind of a little
between glass and brass. Like it feels like the one that is like, it's like dirty glass.
Well, in different finishes.
Yes.
If it's a really smooth glaze finish.
Some people say there's a difference in the colors, right?
Well, this guy says it, but it's not the actual colors. It's just the way he makes the
Yes.
colors. Like the black and some of the different ones are smooth.
Yeah.
And then some of the other ones are like kind of grippier, and they give you that kind of
Got a
delta,
little grit.
bluesy, like
Yeah.
kind of nasty bone slide thing. I mean, even the Joe Perry one. Where's that one?
Right here.
It's kind of like that, you know what I mean? Like, and it's had cracks in it forever, but you know, it doesn't really matter. But. It's got that kind of. I mean, that's actually. I forget what a good slide that is, but I mean,
Yeah.
I've had that thing for it.
That definitely has a different tone than this.
It does.
Like
They do.
completely. Like that sounded closer to glass to where this was like raunchy.
Well, and like if you get to this glass, right? This is the
Yeah.
one I bought to replace that broken slide. And Sean
Yeah.
and I went on this odyssey to find one that I was like, because again, I wasn't playing a ton of slides, so I was like, I gotta have the right slide.
Yes.
And this is glass, and it sings, but it's almost got like too many overtones for
Yes.
me, you know. But like, I mean, but it's totally different sound, you know.
That's a wonderful sounding glass slide.
It's a
though.
really good sounding
Yeah.
glass slide. It's hard to control if you got a lot of gain, but that brings me to, like, I love these things. These are called mag slides. They're made by a dude in Wilmington. He's an awesome guy. They're magnesium alloys. They won't break. they're super light, you know. They're like, he's got this like thing on the inside where they're kind of ribbed.
Yeah. It's like rifle barrels. You
yeah.
know, like how they got the rifling in them or whatever they call it. You know what I'm talking about. Anyways.
Yeah.
Go
No,
ahead.
he's got different colors, but the coatings are different. So like this one is supposed to be more ceramic-y. That's supposed to be more glass, and the original one I think falls somewhere in between. But like you can hear, like on these, to me. And then if you hear the same kind of junk on this one, you know. You might be at home saying they sound exactly the same, but they feel different. They react.
Yeah.
It's almost, maybe it's, and I don't know. You guys tell us. Maybe you can't tell on YouTube, but maybe it's like modeling versus tube amp. You can feel the difference more than you can hear the
Yeah.
difference. I don't know.
I will say, brass slides to glass slides, the amount of difference there in feel
Pretty huge.
is pretty big. It's hard to really describe, and that probably does lend to some of what you hear in the room. But I do know that I feel like I hear a difference.
Stain and stuff is there. Some of that is
Yeah.
like how thick the side is. Like that's
Yeah.
all.
Well, in between
changes.
these, it might be a little more microscopic, but there is a difference.
There's a
like
difference.
I could hear the
They feel
difference
different.
here. You know,
And they get scratched up too, and they start
Yeah.
to change tone. But now, these are probably my current reigning. Like this is what is in my pocket most of the time. Now, two newcomers who were pretty fantastic.
oh, dude.
Both sent to me by some of you wonderful dear friends who watch us.
That one just looks dope.
Star Singer slides, awesome. You know, they're really good, man. Like they're ceramic. The guy makes them by hand. He is like an Italian company, and they just sound really, really good. If you play them good. We'll cut that out, JP. Cut it out. Cut it.
If I wanted glass tone, I think that is what I would go for. That sounded glassy, but ceramic-y still. Like this had the right amount of bite. This is really good sounding.
Then there's water, or whatever this mystery liquid. This was called the liquid slide, which was just sent by one of our good friends.
Hang on, wait, we got a slide docking.
Oh my God, they fit. This one's got a neat sound to it too, and I think it feels and sounds a lot different. It's darker.
I was gonna say this has like a controlled high end to it. Like it's still.
And maybe that's what the liquid does. I don't know.
Well, it's got like a chime, but it's like it's ducked back some, which is nice. I would say what the liquid is probably doing most of all is giving you weight to the glass slide that normally isn't there.
And maybe it's dampening some of the vibration, right? Like it might be, it's killing some of that high overtone. It sounds like.
Yes, it sounds like it is pulling back on the high end, but you still have this really cool, like, just the right amount of treble in to keep that note singing. To where this one, it was singing, but I feel like you would go up there to those higher notes, and they would get not ice picky, but like that you could get to that point if you wanted to.
You can, and you know that's good sometimes because it cuts through.
Oh yeah, but totally.
I don't know. I got a bunch of slides. I mean, like, we pretty much went through most of these ones that I have, but, you know, and I grab different ones for fun. But I don't know. I'm glad that people are playing slide. You know, I felt like for a while no one was playing slide. Yeah. Like, if you put out and play slide, they're like, oh my God, I've never seen anyone play slide. And now, most guitar players I talk to at least dabble, and they say they're bad, and they pull out a slide, and you're like, oh my God, you're really good at it. So I kind of love that, you know? And it's such a fun way to do different melodic things on the guitar, and it's a really fun way to get like a little dopamine hit of it's cheaper than a pedal. It's definitely cheaper than buying a new guitar and amp, and you know it's not gonna fix all your playing. It's not gonna make you mute better with either hand or like all that stuff, but it's fun. Like it's probably my biggest guilty little pleasure now is buying different weird slides.
I think it is a fun endeavor to take on in guitar. To just be I'm going to mess around with this and then make it your own thing. We both follow this guy on Instagram. Oh, this kind of how this came up was that he said, you know, everybody needs to get off of derrick trucks and they need to figure out their own thing. And I think you do something unique with a slide that is your own thing. Like,
well, he was saying, you know, like it's Derrick Trucks is amazing, but like every slide dude is trying to. Don't try to sound just like Derrick Trucks.
No, but that's.
I mean, learn that stuff and take something from it. You know.
Who's that one guy? Dylan Adams.
Amazing.
He's great. Ariel Posen's killer.
Joey
obviously,
Landreth.
Joey Landreth.
Old school was there's a Joey Landreth, no relation to Sonny Landreth. But like if you hadn't listened to Sonny Landreth,
yes.
You got. I mean, you go back and listen to like Ry Cooder and that kind of stuff. You know, like old cool. I mean, even like Bonnie Raitt. You know, Bonnie Raitt's pretty awesome.
I got to hear her play slide in person, and it was pretty damn good.
Which is pretty awesome.
Yes,
it's just fun. She's got a cool.
Yes.
I mean, listen to Lil George. Listen to Little Feat.
Dude, that's actually. I think I kind of started there, and then I was like, okay, and then have pivoted over to like some of the Ariel Posen stuff that he does, just because it's more raunchy. It's my thing.
He's cool because everything now I feel like is leaning, fuzz, raunchy, slide tone, and then you listen to Lil George and it's like double compressors, super clean, but sings.
Yeah, that's what I really got. There's this clip of him singing, it's like Sail Away or something like that, and he's like playing and singing with slide at the same time and matching the notes, and it was really beautiful. I was like, wow.
Joe Walsh is a pretty badass slide player.
Walsh.
Underrated. Doesn't get talked about enough for me for slide. Like a lot of the slide that I tried to learn in the beginning was Joe Walsh, or Leonard Skinner.
I feel like
but,
he embodies the spirit of slide playing in such a way. Like whenever you see him play slide, it's very
free and fun.
Yes,
you know?
and he's there to, I don't know, like it just looks like fun. It makes me want to play slide.
He's not like the virtuoso, like crazy million notes up high.
No.
It's like they're all like super solid meat and potatoes. Like
yes, and you see him with his tongue sticking out. He's like,
I don't know. I kind of appreciate that.
It's killer. I dig it. But what are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments. Tell us what slides you have.
Are you playing slide?
Is slide lame?
Are you like, guys, slide is hard in the beginning, but you got to keep pushing through.
Yeah.
Let us know if there's things you want to see that would help you on your slide journey. We're not experts by any means, but it'd be fun to sort of stumble through together. Maybe
it would be.
Maybe we'll do more some. We're putting out new videos. We've sort of doing some new things, trying some new things. I've thought about maybe doing like some live streams as just open Q&A / lesson time. Maybe we can do some more slide stuff. Maybe.
Do some of that.
But anyways, yeah, man. I think that's about it. Hit like, hit subscribe,
hit the bell.
Hit the bell. Thank you for hanging out with us. Listen to us nerd out about all the different slide types. We will see you guys next time.